On, man, I love Goosebumps here, and happy Easter, guys. So yeah, this is gonna be an Easter special, where we're actually covering some Easter eggs. By that I mean hidden, cool little things that you would find that reference other things. This book here has tons, and when I say tons, I mean over 20. Now, there's only 19 pages with Easter eggs, but there's multiple Easter eggs on each page. But yeah, this is probably the most heavily Easter egged book in the entirety of Goosebumps, and it's the newest graphic novel. So yeah, I'm gonna be primarily talking over images. So I'm just gonna do a quick intro and outro. So I guess we get to the first Easter egg. So there's 3 masks here that could be Easter eggs. One being the Pennywise mask right here. And the Bart Simpson mask. Those are 2 definite Easter eggs. And then the skeleton looks kind of like Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. So I think those are the Easter eggs on this page. Okay, so this is page 26, and this references copyright. So as you can see, it says cat and woman divided into 2 speech bubbles. And then it says legally discreet. So I thought that was a funny little Easter egg they put in there, referencing copyright. And on page 37, we have the mascot Amazo appearing on her wallet, which I thought is a really nice touch, and a cool Easter egg considering he is a rabbit. So yeah. And on page 42, we have a really cool Easter egg, actually. In the back, we have some posters that has the Goosebumps dog from the original 90s intro of the TV show, a Phantom of the Opera poster, which is a reference to the Phantom of the Auditorium, which is a sort of parody, I guess, on this movie, and a Carnival of Souls poster, which was a 60s film about horror, I guess. So, yeah, those are pretty cool. And on the next page, page number 43, we have a little reference to our boy R.L. Stine, the author of the Goosebumps books, where we have him as a mask, and they say he's a TV character referencing his little intros in the 90s show. So, awesome reference. And on page 44, the next page, we have a bit of a classic horror movie mashup here. We have a Pennywise mask, a Jason Voorhees mask, and a Ghostface mask right next to each other. Well, that's what they resemble, I guess. And we have Chucky, and Chucky's Bride, I guess, or it could be a Bride of the Living Dummy reference. I don't know, but I'm gonna assume it's Chucky. So yeah. And on the next page, again, this is a bit of a cluster of Easter eggs. We have Universal Monsters reference, where they're referencing Frankenstein and the werewolf. Also below that, we have a little Mickey Mouse reference. I'm assuming, and yeah, pretty cool. And here we have the TV masks from the 90s. This was even confirmed by Maddie Gonzalez on the Goosebumps Crew podcast that these are the designs from the 90s show. And I think it was very, very cool of her to include these into her new graphic novel. So, yeah. This is on page 48. And on page 52, we actually have a little reference here to the Goosebumps G, probably the most iconic logo kind of in Goosebumps. And it is on the $20 bill in her hand. You have to have a really good eye to see this one. So, yeah. And here's the iffy Easter egg of the day. This could possibly be the candy bowl on the right, from the Haunted Halloween movie, from the scene. Roll the clip. Pretty much, it could just be a Halloween decoration, but I think it is a reference. So, yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's on page 55. And on page 59, we have basically a reference to the OG cover by Jacobus. It's not exact, but it's pretty damn similar. So, yeah, here's the OG art. It looks pretty similar. And on page 68, we have a lot of references to different video game franchises or movie franchises. So, first we have Mario and Bowser up in that top left corner. And on the porch of the house, we have Alice and the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. And right next to Carly Beth's, to her left, is Beetlejuice and this guy from the movie, whatever his name is. Here he is. So yeah. And on page 80, we have a closer look at some of the characters from the previous Easter egg, showing that it's not actually Mario. And we can see Freddy Fazbear behind Carly Beth in that first panel. So, yeah, cool little Freddy Fazbear reference. And on page 77, we have what looks to be Gollum the Grandma, from Lord of the Rings. Here's a picture of what he actually looks like, and then here's a picture of what she drew in the graphic novel. Yeah, could be a reference, could not be, never know. Here's another iffy Easter egg. This looks a lot like Curly, I'm gonna be honest. Right here, we get a little glimpse at Curly, and this isn't the Curly that she hid in the book. That will be the next Easter egg. But yeah, so. Okay, so on page 111, we have Curly, and let's see if you guys can spot him. Okay, time's up. He's in the top right corner, marked by the circle. Yeah, he's that little mask. Confirmed by Maddie Gonzalez, so yeah. And on page 82, we have a look at Pikachu, which isn't actually Pikachu. It's actually this. So, yeah. Now on to the final three. And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. What you've all been waiting for. The blatant E.T. reference from this scene right here. Iconic. That's all I gotta say. I mean, cool as hell that they put this in here. So, yeah, props to Maddie Gonzalez. Here is probably the most blatant reference. Another Goosebumps G reference, actually. And that would be the ears on the haunted mask. Actually, I think this is one of the cooler references in the graphic novel. So, yeah, this is the second to last Easter egg. The next one is my favorite Easter egg. So, yeah. Last but not least, we have the Jacobus sign. I actually was so close to not noticing this one, but I found it when I was panning through the last few pages. So yeah, this one is on page 138. Sorry if I didn't include the previous pages. You're gonna have to find them yourself. They should be in chronological order, but this one's pretty cool because A, this is a graphic novel, and Jacobus was the OG artist for the covers, so it's a nice homage to the OG art guy. So yeah. Shout out to Jacobus. Love your covers. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this different type of video. Let me know if y'all liked it, and let me know if I missed any Easter eggs in the book that you guys have noticed. But yeah, please like and subscribe. We're almost at 70. Peace out.